Hi, this is Dan at Dan's Performance Parts. I was going to go over a little bit about taking apart a CV joint. This is a 930 CV joint, but whether you have a Type 1, Type 2, 930, all the procedures are exactly the same. All the components are exactly the same. So basically, I get a call, a lot of guys that actually were trying to put their axles on and they've twisted it too much and one of the balls have fallen out. So this procedure will actually kind of help you put that back together. So first thing I do when I look at these is this one has a groove on one side, and I'll orientate that a certain way so when I take it apart I know everything that came out of the inside of it's going to be exactly the same. So for this one I'm going to actually lay that groove down and I'll start twisting the center star and get all the balls out of the cage. And once you have all the balls out of the cage, basically the center cage just kind of falls out. So the other thing you got to look for once you have the groove facing down on the bench is when you pull the center star and the cage out, there'll be a groove on the center star and a flat side, and you just got to make sure the orientation of that from the CV joint is still the same. So I'll pull it straight out, and this you twist to the side and just kind of work it out of there. So now here's all your components. You got your outer CV cage, your inner cage, and your center star. What you do at this point is clean them up, inspect the ball tracks, make sure there's no pitting, inspect all the stars, make sure there's no pitting, and then check the sides to see if there's any cracking between the center star. And the same with the cage, you want to check for wear and any cracking between any of the tracks. Once the cage cracks, it comes apart, and that's what kind of destroys your CV. And also on this cage, there is a smaller hole and a larger hole. Very, very difficult to see, but you got to take that apart and make sure it's all kind of in the same orientation with everything that's here. So to put it back together, basically we just slide the cage down in there and slide the star down inside. And the thing you got to look for is there are large areas between the ball tracks and small areas, and it alternates all the way around the CV, and it does the same thing on the center star. There's a large area between the ball tracks and small, and what we got to do is line up the small area of the center star to the large area of the outer. So once you get that lined up, that is basically clocking the CV so that everything lines up right. And then we just take a ball, stick it in there, and you skip every other ball, and they'll just drop straight in while it's sitting on the bench. Then at that point, you can grab it and hold it from the backside with your hand, and then start snapping these in from the top. You got to give it a slight little twist, get it down in there. And the last one is usually a little bit hard, but you just kind of cock it a little more and hold it with the backside of your hand so the balls don't fall out. So once you got it together, you got to make sure that your groove is still in the right spot, orientated with the outer ring. So this one up, that one down. And you have the large area to small and small area to large. And that basically put your CV back together the way it should be. So if you have any other questions, you can give us a call, 760-751-0718, or you can email me at dan@dansperformanceparts.com.